Gonna get this show rolling, man. Our next guest, local guy, performs all over town, out of town, in and around town. He's a writer, producer, director, stand-up comic, visionary. Is this too much? He's the man, ladies and gentlemen. Phil Cow. Let's hear it. Phil Cow. Yeah, buddy.
Thank you. Visionary? The fuck? Okay, well, how we doing? Yeah? All right. And you guys been to the Deep South? Places like Tennessee, Atlanta, Georgia. Yeah, I was there. In Atlanta. Not a lot of Asians. Let's get that out of the way. Okay? I was at this bar, right? And in the bathroom of this bar, these two dudes, they approached me from behind. Not that kind of bar, okay? One of them says to me, "Hey, man, are you Chinese or Japanese? Me and my friends are dying to know." Now, let's go down the list, okay? I'm in the Deep South. I'm Asian at a urinal. Please let peeing be the only thing I have to do here. Okay, and I was caught off guard, so the only thing I could think to say was, actually, fellas, I'm Filipino. Right. So is that like Chinese or Japanese? Long story short, I'm Chinese in Atlanta. But listen, that Southern hospitality they're telling you about, it's real. It's real, okay? They bought me a beer, playing darts, a little nice shot, ching chong. I told you fellas, if I had a Chinaman on my team, I'd still win. You know, I wanted to rework that whole bit, right? You guys remember Foghorn Leghorn? Yeah, the massive rooster from Looney Tunes. The old people know who this is. You imagine this fat rooster just coming in, this racist rooster just, "Ah, say. Well, what in tarnations is a Filipino? Say. Not even a real thing. Oh, say." Okay, good. Some of you like my dumb jokes. That's good.
That was good. Oh, hey, you're here. So, just finished handing out every single flyer, shook a ton of hands. We're all set for the fundraiser on the weekend. And it was kind of weird, though. This neighborhood, I guess you grew up here, I don't know, but every guy I talked to seemed to know you. Like they knew you by name, like everywhere. Yeah. Actually, I did 4 neighborhoods. We left in the morning. Every neighborhood I went to in this city, everyone knew you. You're pretty popular, I guess.
Are you implying something?
What? No. It's. I think it's helping us. If it can help in the polls as we make our final push, you know, if the guys love you, that's perfect.
Okay.
I think that's going to help us. So, thank you.
Well, good then.
Yeah. No, that is good. Just coming in, just saw a guy leaving out the back door. Who's that?
Repairman.
Repairman. That makes sense. What was he fixing?
The stuff you can't.
Fixing what I can't. Oh, you mean like the squeaky cupboards, you mean?
Right, the squeaky cupboards. That's what he's fixing.
So do the cupboards still squeak?
Not like before.
Did you have dinner ready? Remember you said you were gonna have, when I got back, you were maybe you're gonna get in the...
Yeah, order something.
Order something. I can do that. What do you want?
A refill.
Yeah, of course you do. Family first.
Cut it out. Well, hey gang, welcome to On Tap with Jordan Minder. Brand new episode, brand new guest. with me is the super funny, super clever, super talented. That's a lot of super. Phil Cal.
Super high.
Super high.
Not high, but
Well, we're not judging.
All right.
You're in the comedy biz. Biz, you're a busy man.
Sure.
You got a lot of shows on the go. You're not just a comic. Rattle off, what's on your resume? What do you tell people you do?
Well, I tell them I'm an actor,
No,
a
that's good.
director, comedian, sort.
Comedian, yes.
Yes. Yeah, I just tell them I do some stuff. Yeah.
I'm gonna
I
try
don't
to
say all
keep-
that. I don't say all that stuff. I say I do comedy, and sometimes I act, and sometimes I direct.
What do you prefer? I'm trying to be serious with this ridiculous drink, but don't mind me, because it's awesome too. And it has, bartender gave me this, it has mint in it.
Oh, delicious.
Minter.
Yes.
Did you get that? But anyways, so yeah.
Nice. Well played. What was the question?
I don't know. I said, what are you?
Filipino
For those guessing at home.
and a Londoner.
Filipino.
Yeah.
There you go. So, do you prefer comedy? Do you prefer acting? Do you prefer writing,
you know what?
directing?
Maybe that's part of the problem. I love it all.
Yeah? You're a performer. There's not-
I'm a
there's
performer.
nothing wrong with that.
I guess I started off doing comedy,
Yeah.
you know, and somewhere along the way it was just like, oh, I like acting as well.
An audience is an audience, right? Or do you prefer live stuff, or would you do screen? You know,
I've done some screen.
Yeah.
But yeah, nothing beats a live audience.
Yeah, to get a good reaction, a good pop. Even,
Yeah, you
even
know,
the
you get the
oohs and
instant
ahs.
gratification.
Yeah, man.
People, you know, enjoying you.
And you've been to an escape room? Tried this escape room business? Yeah, white girls love this shit. That's not fair. I was invited to one. I'm not a white girl. For those of you who don't know what an escape room is, okay, it's a physical adventure game where a group of you are trapped inside a room and you have to use elements of the room to solve clues and figure out puzzles and challenges within a set time limit, or you die. You die. White girls love it, okay? Now, I think I got invited out to an escape room because I look smart, you know? I mean, I got a good disguise, right? I'm Asian, I wear glasses, people think I know math, right? Let me tell you something, all right? I spent most of my time trying to reassure myself I was smart in other ways. You know, like, if there were puzzles on emotional intelligence, if there was a challenge where you had to cry on command, I'd help these fuckers escape, okay? But never have I felt like such a useless tit, okay? Just like this castaway third nipple just whistle farting off some old lady's armpit, useless, all right? Thank God one of the puzzles was an actual jigsaw puzzle of kittens playing with yarn. You know, just push people out the way, get out there, I got the kittens! You guys go figure out Pythagorean theorem. Yeah, we died. It's my fault, we died.
They tell you at shows, like if you're at the Grand or whatever, any theater production, you should be on your best behavior and not be chirping the people on stage, because then you get tossed. But comedy shows, you and I have both had it happen, or you know, you've seen it happen, and it's people get a few of these fancy blue cocktails in them, and it's like, I'm part of the show, and it's like you really
Oh, shut up.
you're not though. Ever
It
deal with
happens.
hecklers? Like, are you will you engage them? Will you shut them down? Will you ignore them? Like, what do you,
Yeah,
what's your go-to?
sometimes I'll just engage them. Usually that's
Get to the bottom of it, kind
Yeah,
of
just
thing.
kind of like, why are you being so stupid?
Right.
Did you think that you paid to be in the show?
Some of them do. Some of them I've
It's like you feel like this is a two-way conversation, but it's not.
That's just it. I've overheard guys before shows go on saying, I know I'm here for so and so, and he's funny, and I'm gonna say, oh, show us your, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
and they do, and they go for it, and their friends just kind of shy away, and they're embarrassed, and it's like, what, Bruce? What are you doing? So, they're goons. We need goons, though. You know.
Or we don't. you
Well,
know?
no, I mean, like
we could have a good show
Yeah,
without the goons.
But
Yeah.
if you handle a goon and shut down
Yeah,
a goon,
yeah.
that's
And then sometimes it's just like you'll get praise afterwards, like, oh man, you shut that heckler down, and it's like,
Exactly.
yeah, but that heckler ruined the show. Like I had some things to say.
yeah,
Yeah.
in the middle of a bit,
Yeah.
it is a bit rough.
Do we have any teenagers here? Yeah. Yeah. All right, teenagers. That's all I gotta say. teenagers. Not like fuck teenagers, but fuck them in their faces. They're rude. Come on, they're rude, right? They're rude. Jesus Christ. I was at a McDonald's, and in front of me was this mom with her snot-nosed teenage kid, and she asked him, "Now, sweetie, do you want me to get you a Big Mac?" Little shithead doesn't even look up, just texting away on his iPhone, says, "Meh, surprise me." Now, I am not a champion for manners or anything like that, but I don't think we need to be teaching our kids to sidestep decisions or skip bop-a-loo-bop around responsibility by answering with meh, okay? That's how I ended up with a baby, all right? Phil, do you want me to get you a condom? Surprise me. Surprise. Don't get me wrong, I don't hate kids. I mean, I got some now, right? And they're cool as shit, so I'm gonna keep them. Okay?
What are you working on now? What's Phil Cal up to for the fall, winter?
Yeah. Currently, I'm just in rehearsals for A Streetcar Named Desire. I'm playing a Mexican.
Playing a Mexican?
Playing a Mexican, yeah. And we're putting that up at the end of November, beginning of December. We're touring the Comic-Cons. I'm in this comedy troupe called Fan Fiction The Show.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're touring the Comic-Cons right now. So we're actually going to be here in London for City Comic-Con.
Okay,
coming up.
that's growing like big from a few years ago to now.
It's amazing.
It's
amazing.
popping. People
Amazing
are
industry.
the cosplay.
Yeah.
That's quite the. I used to make fun like 10 years ago. If you could just go out at Halloween and that was that. I'm Batman, but now it's like you'll see Batman on like
Now
a
it's
random
really
Tuesday. And be like, what is
Batman.
happening?
Yeah.
And they're like lining up for free comic. Like it's quite the end. You're smart to be a part of that. That's
Yeah. It was really cool. We do a monthly show at the Comedy Bar, which is fun. So I got that coming up as well. We're doing. Our show is going to be based off of the Supernatural show. I don't know if you know
yeah.
that show. They just
know
had a
that one.
convention in Toronto.
That's
recently,
got a big following
so yeah,
too.
we're kind of capitalizing on that. It'll be really fun.
That's smart stuff. You're a busy guy.
Yeah, and then various stand-up dates here and there.
Stand up. Well, check him out. Look him up. Phil Cal. Just Google him. You'll find this guy. He's everywhere. I want to thank you for popping by.
Thanks.
We got another guest coming up. Stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
Family first. Family. Hey guys.
What's in the bag, Glenn?
Glenn. I guess we're not going with Dad. Whatever. It's funny you should ask. This is going to help me get the younger vote. We're killing it in the demographics for my age group, our age group, but the young vote I don't have. So this is going to help me. So if you don't mind, I will be right back and I'll show you. Oh my God, this is perfect. Ta-da! Young vote, right? I'm gonna steal the young vote. No?
Welcome back to On Tap with Jordan Minter. I've got a brand new guest, Keith Tomasek. How the hell are you, buddy?
I'm pretty damn fine. How the hell are you, Jordan?
Oh.
You're working hard.
You know, I'm doing good, buddy. Listen, you've outclassed us both. Phil was a remarkable guest. I'm an adequate host. But you just, on outfit alone, like you win so far, I guess?
I could have wore that too.
And
I could have had a
If you
jacket.
had asked me.
Phil is styling with the hat. I got a little jacket.
That's
you got,
true.
What do you got going on?
I have gray in my beard. Thank you for noticing.
Okay, there you go.
Tomasek, let's get right into this.
Yes.
We were talking a little bit before we got on stage to the bar. Podcaster.
Podcaster, and it's funny, you used the word inadequate just a minute ago. So my podcast is actually called The Inadequate Life. And it's a reference to the fact that as artists and people who are on stage all the time, you only feel as good as your last performance, and
True.
And there's often a sense of inadequacy about that.
That's
so
true.
when I was trying to come up with the name for the podcast, I came up with The Inadequate Life because I interview performers, comedians, writers, and just talk about their lives and their work and how at a certain age, as a performer or a writer or an actor, comedian, how do they fit into regular society? Because they don't have a job, they don't have health
True.
benefits, they don't have
True,
all these
true.
other things that people. Right? It's true.
Preaching to the choir. Uh-huh.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden you have kids, and it's like, holy God! If I don't write, if I'm not funny, if I'm not good on stage, I can't afford.
What happens to
I
them?
can't pay the rent. I can't take care of my kids.
That's a
so
good
that's
point.
kind of what's fascinating to me about the
Oh,
creative
I
person.
want to go jump off a cliff right
No,
now.
no, but you have to listen.
Yeah, Phil's got the family. And it's just, sorry, bud.
They feel worthless. They're homeless. They're
But it'll
No insurance.
it'll inspire you though. It'll make you feel good, and
Yeah.
it'll make, because I talk to people who are successful, people who've made it and find it.
And me.
Yeah, for sure.
You know?
Well, come on,
I
this is
don't,
huge. This is huge. You're in London. You got
It's-
Marilyn, Tim, Pat. You got the A team working on this
I
show.
do. They're behind
Phil's
the scenes.
over here.
They're killing it.
They
You're right.
are.
This guy should be a hype man for like comics. You're like the,
No, but I'm
the Flavor
excited.
Flav.
I'm
Yeah.
excited to be here because it's the vibe. There's something going on.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
See? No, it's contagious. I'm starting to get this.
Okay, well, listen to the podcast.
Okay.
The
okay.
Inadequate Life.
Okay. Well, I'll check it out.
Yeah.
How long has it been going?
About 3 years.
So
So I'm actually Canada's longest running podcast on the performing arts.
Nice.
I was
Yeah.
just going to ask because everybody wants to be a DJ and everybody has a podcast.
So funny, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they come and they go, and some will get momentum.
Yeah.
I've had 5.
You've
See?
had 5 different podcasts?
Wow.
All failed.
See,
Well,
I've-
wait a sec. How? But what? Did, I'm just.
I shouldn't have said
hold
that.
on.
I've had 2.
If you just keep going, it's not a failure.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
resume builders. They
Yeah.
all, you know what I mean? People want
Wow.
to see what you've done and then what you're up to now.
Sure, yeah.
So before that, prior to the 3 years, you've got a pretty deep background in stand-up comedy.
Very deep.
Yeah?
Very deep. Yeah, the first time I went and saw comedy, I was 17 years old. It was my high school graduation. In
Nice.
Quebec, you graduate younger. And I sucked everyone into going to see a comedy show. So we went
Oh,
to.
they must have loved that.
No, it wasn't that. Well, we were all dressed up, so we got, But it was a good show. It was Yuck Yucks in Montreal. It was Larry Horowitz, who's legendary, and Lawrence Morgenstern, who's still around.
Wow.
Both of those guys are still around. And you did I heard you did the Humber Comedy School.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I was a student of Larry's.
Yeah, so Larry Horowitz teaches now. So that was when I was 17. Then I ended up being assistant manager to Howard Wagman at the Ottawa Yuck Yucks. And it was great because I did it while I was in university to help pay the bills.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I got a job working at CBC TV, and I kept the job at Yuck Yucks. And people would see, because then I had a job with benefit, all that stuff, a real job. And people were like, why are you working nights in the club? I said, because I love it. Like, this is a happening spot.
Oh, that's where it's at.
Jeremy Hotz came out of there. Tom
Nice.
Green came out of there. It
Yeah.
was a really, really good. Norm Macdonald came out. John Doerr. Like, that's just off the top of my head. Like, that was
Yeah.
a happening club. So
No,
it was
those names got me going back in the day. Like I was doing Yuck Yucks here in London 20 some odd years ago.
Wow.
And to see a young Jeremy Hotz at
Yeah.
the time who was just starting to do solo stuff on his own, and guys like Brent Butt and
Yeah,
Elvira
absolutely.
Kurt that would
Yeah.
come, and yeah, I had the pleasure of losing to all those people in contests.
sure.
You know what I mean? Like showcases,
Yeah.
London's funniest, Ontario's funniest, Canada's.
Right.
They all went on, and I was like, I'll get you. Look at me now.
Big dog.
Yeah, well, they won't answer the calls just yet, but we'll have something to talk about if they ever do show up. I'm sure they could be cool. To see those things at their inception
Yeah, it's
is
the
a
best.
very cool thing.
So we had all those guys coming through, all the real A-listers, and then you'd have a guy like Tom Green who'd come on the stage and just do the most bizarre thing, and sometimes he'd clear the room, But
Yeah.
we knew that this guy was super, super special.
yeah, you knew he had
yeah.
something.
Yeah.
London's big for comedy now. Like,
I'm really, really, and that's part of the reason I wasn't kidding. I was excited. Like I was just talking to Phil about all the comedy that's going on in town, and all the and there's like when I arrived in town 16 years ago, there really wasn't a scene like there is a scene now.
no, there was just Yuck Yucks.
Yeah.
You know, the odd bar would have a like a staff night or something.
Sure.
Like a Christmas party, let's get a comedian in.
Yeah.
But they wouldn't think to do weekly shows
Yeah.
like this town is doing with half a dozen bars, maybe probably more. There's always something to do, and that's pretty cool. It's
And
cool.
the big thing to do is if you're a young person wanting to get up, and this is when in the podcast I talk to people like Jeff Rothstein, who I grew up with in Montreal and saw him succeed. I used to perform. I wasn't very good, but I was out there, doing my best, and I did okay at my time. But a guy like Rothpan was so funny on stage, did really well in Montreal, and he tells a story, and he decides to go to Los Angeles, gets there, and he's like flatline. He ended up working at Baskin Robbins scooping ice cream. Like he couldn't hit
I
a
believe
wife.
it.
But within a year, he just hustled and hustled and hustled, got on the Tonight Show. And
That's
then
the goal.
started working it, and now you won't hear of him, but he writes a ton of stuff for Jeff Dunham, the ventriloquist. So that's the kind of people I talk to on the podcast, people who just worked their butts off and had a vision and went for it.
Well, that's cool. I can appreciate that. I can appreciate you. I want to thank you for coming by.
Oh, thanks for inviting me. I'm glad to be here. Yeah.
Very insightful stuff. We'll have to check out the podcast. Keith Tomasek, ladies and gentlemen. Phil Cal. We're going to be right back after a quick little break. Thanks a lot, guys. Stay tuned.
All right. Let's just see. Young demographic, family first. I got this. Hey, big guy.
Mom, there's a weirdo at our house and he's standing like an idiot.
Looking like an idiot. I don't think I look like an idiot. I know I don't look like an idiot. What is?
Hey gang, welcome back to On Tap. I want to thank my special guests for another fantastic show, Phil Cal, Keith Tomasek. Google these dudes, look them up, check out the podcast, check out the upcoming shows that Phil has. Check me out. I'm about to eat a goat cheese stuffed bacon wrapped jalapeno popper.
There you go.
Courtesy of the Blue Doobie.
I would join you, but I'm gluten-free, sugar-free. 20 years. Good luck.
Thanks, friend.
And I don't want to.
Chickens.
Oh, there he goes.
Oh, get in there. Get in there. That's good. Yeah. You want a napkin?
No.
Oh man, for a while I was really worried about my son turning into like this pervert, right? Because he's a little perverted. Not in the oh shit, he's gonna be this creepy diddler kind of way, just weird in a pervy way, And his mom tells me, you know what your son did? He got in trouble at school for try humping another kid. Yeah, I giggled too, okay? But I also understood that the situation needed more context, so I asked the question, well, were him and the other kid at least laughing when they got caught doing the dry humping? She tells me, yes, the teacher said they were laughing hysterically. Huh, well then it's okay, right? Because if they were laughing, they understood that dry humping's supposed to be fun and playful, as opposed to aggressive and rapey. And I asked my son, hey man, what happened out there? And he tells me, Dad, it was so much fun. We were all running around, bumping into each other. It was awesome. Oh, okay. So you weren't the only one doing the hump bumping? No, it was all of us. Huh, so it was like a circle bump. In schools these days, right, they're driving such a hard line on this no-touch policy, right? Making it hard for kids to be kids. Kids aren't allowed to hold hands. They're not allowed to hug. There is no circle bumping, okay? It's not like the good old days. You guys remember the good old days you play kissing tag or groping tag? I think the Asians play groping tag. Okay. You guys ever play extreme gas pedal? Okay, I'm about to show you. Okay, back in the day, a gang of us, right? Grab a buddy of ours, pin him down, spread his legs, and extreme gas pedal. Because those are the games we played when I was a kid, okay? Kicks to the dick. We didn't have iPhones. No, we had sneakers and dicks to kick. Kicking dicks and taking names.